Today we're taking a look at the playable campaign demo of a Kickstarter indie game called Hellbound. In Hellbound you play as Hell Gore, and as the developers describe him on their Kickstarter, he's a huge ass motherfudger who loves killing demons in hell. And yeah, as you can see, it's basically you in hell killing demons, and he also loves metal, as you can tell by the badass soundtrack. So the people behind this game are called Cybo Studios from Argentina, and their goal with this game is to harken back to the classic shooters of old and really tap into that non-stop, fast-paced action inspired by classics such as Doom, Quake, Duke Nukem, Blood and Shadow Warrior. And I believe their slogan is a 90s FPS 20 years later. So with the recent release of Doom Eternal, your first thought might be that the game is sort of trying to rip off the new Doom titles, but actually you'll find that the two games feel quite different. The new Doom games, whilst based on the originals, have changed quite a lot since the 90s. With Hellbound, they've made every effort to hold true to the old 90s formula, so there's like no double jumping, ledge grabbing, sliding, glory killing, or like elaborate platforming. You can jump and sprint, but apart from that you just run around blasting demons in the face, which is actually surprisingly fun. I noticed they've even got the old style UI showing our protagonist's face there at the bottom, and it gets more and more bloody as he takes damage, just like in the old Doom games. So the question is, will the game actually accomplish what it's designed to do and give you that same feel as the old classics did back in the day, only with an updated and more polished feel, but without feeling too empty and old-fashioned? So the game is being made in Unreal Engine 4, so as expected, it looks quite nice, and the artists have done a good job creating what I can only assume is their impression of hell. Although I have to say the demons do look quite samey, sort of as you'd expect, at least in this demo, so it'd be cool to see something a bit wacky and different. Like honestly, all the demons in Doom are just way cooler and more grotesque, but of course, take that with a pinch of salt since this is only a demo. So there are a few weapons to pick from in this demo, from the simple shotgun, which honestly feels more like a rifle to me than a shotgun. It just kind of fires single shots, you can take enemies out from far away with it. I honestly don't know why it's called a shotgun. It seems to fire a single penetrative bullet, so not a buckshot shell, which is generally what you find shotguns firing in FPS games. And then there's the triple shotgun, which apparently fires 3 shells at once, but honestly just feels like a normal shotgun. And then they've got the Indolora, which is a fancy name, but I think we can all tell it's pretty much just the chain gun from Doom, which isn't a bad thing, I guess, but it's just boring. Doom always has a chain gun because Doom always has had, but this is a new franchise, and I would like to see a bit of innovation in weapon design with a game like this. Like, it's already set in a ridiculous over-the-top world, so why not go a bit crazy with the weapon design like they did in Blood, for example. Remember that game? Ah, Blood. Instead of having a pistol, you had a flare gun that would set fire to enemies. Instead of a rocket launcher, there was a napalm launcher. Like, the machine guns were Tommy guns. You had an aerosol can that you could set fire to shit with. And then there was like this life leech weapon that was basically a skull that shot stars out of its eyes, and there was even a voodoo doll. It was just absolute madness. Honestly, I don't think I've seen such crazy and creative weapons in an FPS game since, but if you're going to do that, this is definitely the kind of game to do it in. Now, I have compared this game quite a lot to Doom, as they do have striking similarities, but you also have to bear in mind that Doom Eternal is a AAA game at a $60 price point. For being made by a handful of employees, I think that Cybo Studios are doing a really good job so far, and if you want to check out the demo, you can find it currently on Steam. I believe they're aiming to have the closed beta out sometime this year, so hopefully it won't be too long before we see a full release. As for the pricing, well, you can get a digital copy of the game on Kickstarter if you back them for at least $20, and therefore I can't really imagine the final product costing any more than $20. So yeah, maybe think of it like a budget Doom Eternal. Thank you for watching, guys. Hope you enjoy having a look at the odd indie game or two like I do. Leave a like down below and smash that sub button. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.